Larry Williams, reset each trade on criteria one. This is Larry Williams wrote about, said this was very important. Is this increases the probabilities that you will win if you wait for a series of losses, take the trade, and then wait for a series of losses. Again, this is what it looks like when you format it. You're going to set your criteria one switch to true and the number of losses that you want to take in a row. We have that set to 2. It's very important that reset each trade is set to 1. That means it's turned on, that after every time after there's 2 losses, it will take a trade. Whether win or loss on that trade, it will then wait for 2 simulated losses again, then take the trade, and on and on. Here's what it looks like on the chart. You'll notice here, these are all simulated trades. Here's our 2 losses, 1, 2 in a row. Then it took the next trade. This was a real trade. It had a loss. So it wants to wait now for 2 losses in a row. You can see all these simulated trades. We had 1 loss, but not 2 in a row. And we had to keep waiting. Finally, we had 2 losses in a row again, and then it took the trade, and then it waits for 2 losses again. If you go ahead and run the report, this is what it looks like. Now, you'll notice that it's 60% correct on 122 trades. The theory with this is that after a series of losses, the probabilities are higher that you will have a win. If we took this and let's say we formatted it to have more losses, let's wait for 3. After every 3 losses, we'll take a trade. Let's see what happens with this. Now, on 3 losses, as you can see here, 1, 2, 3, then it took a real trade. If you drop down, you will notice that the percent accuracy increased. Obviously, the number of trades reduced, but the accuracy increased, demonstrating exactly what Larry Williams wrote about. Many times, the more losses you wait for, the higher probabilities that the next trade will be a winner. This is very significant to understand this. A lot can be done with this once you understand that. Now, to further understand the reset and how it works, you can see there's 2 options actually. One, we have it on, and then the other, we actually have it off. Let's go back to 2 losses. And let's now set it to 0. That's essentially for the inputs, it's off. It's actually turned off. So that means it will not reset after every 2 losses. So what it actually does, it does something a little different, which is also very significant and needs to be understood and can be used very effectively. Is designed so that it will wait for your 2 losses, but it'll take the trade on the next pattern, and if that's a loss, it will continue to take every pattern, which we had programmed was the down, up, down pattern, very simple, and it will take every pattern until there's a win. It will not reset after 2 losses. So in other words, you wait for 2 losses, then it starts the trade series, so to speak. Notice here we had a loss. So it did not wait for 2 losses again. It found the pattern again and then took a trade until it won. Then it won, then it waits for 2 losses again. Then it took the trade, it won, now it's going to wait for 2 losses again. This is important because it's based on the theory that after two consecutive losing trades, you're very likely or more likely to have a win. But if you took that trade and it lost, the odds increase even further that you'll have a win. And if that lost, the odds increase further and further. So it's based on that theory, and in real-time trading, that is true. The more losses you take in a row, the probabilities increase that you'll have a profitable trade. Now, this can be used in connection with our money management position size. That creates a whole nother area, because as we know, as we take losses, we have the next trade has a higher probability of winning. Well, if we increase our position size based on those probabilities using our money management method 1 or 2, some fantastic results. So use this in connection with money management, position sizing, and you have something very, very powerful here.